We now get into the phallic stage. We are looking at the psychosexual stages of human development as presented by Sigmund Freud. And in our last video, we covered the oral and anal stage, which according to him is what is relatable to a child of 0 to 1 for the oral and 1 to 3 for the anal. At the phallic stage, Sigmund Freud argues that there is a complex that develops at this stage where the child notices the subtle differences, even in gender, between their parents. We are talking about a home where there is a male and female parent. And so, according to Freud, there is a gender attachment complex. And that develops between a boy and his mother and the girl and her father. The boy gets attracted to the mom and thinks that she is the epitome of womanhood. And same is happening on the side of the girl. And so when the boy gets attracted to the mom, it's called the Oedipus complex. And for the girl to the father, it's called the Electra complex. And this is unconscious. As a child, I remember going through, it wasn't really a trauma, maybe it was just a wake-up call. I remember up to the age of around 10, I would walk into my parents' room and maybe just don on my dad's shirt, and I'd love the smell of it, the scent of it. And so one day I wake up, I'm a bit older, I think around 12, and I do that, and for the first time, my mom says, take that off. And I wondered, but I do this every time. What's different today? And from that day on, I think she just made sure they were not in sight. And I didn't understand then, but maybe I had presented this, that maybe I hallowed him. And obviously, I don't know what else, but I guess it was a protective act on her part. And the sad thing about this is, if you get stuck at this stage, maybe because of something, let's call it a trauma, something happens to you. Maybe you're a boy and you have really, really hallowed your mom because of the Oedipus complex. And something happens in that relationship. You either get over-attached or you detach completely. Imagine that in adulthood. Now, as the girl who might be or is the woman we are talking to and with during these sessions, did anything like this happen? Is there a stage at which you felt like, what just happened here? I thought this guy was everything, and suddenly I realized he is not. And might you have found yourself in the arena of sexual abuse? Might you have found yourself in relationships with the opposite sex that don't really come to fruition because something happens along the way and you get thrown off? Or you exit the picture and the person is left thinking, what just happened? What did I do? What didn't happen? And for this phallic stage, it happens at that gate again, when a child is probably now just gaining self-esteem and they're at their foundation level of gaining academic competence. So why we are talking about that is because we carry that everywhere we go, in the playing field, at the football pitch, at the swings, at the slides, because at that stage we are just learning to be able to go to safe places, and one of the safe places should be school. So I hope this clarifies for you what could have happened at that age regarding your sexuality. Does it ring a bell? Do you connect with it? Let me know.